Our guest is Sara Francesca, a light worker who helps individuals find energy-based solutions to assist their healing. She uses a fusion of energy psychology and energy medicine, and also she utilizes quantum kinesiology to identify the root causes of an issue. Sara, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here.
Well, let's start with the first question. Can you share your journey from struggling with health to becoming a light worker that specializes in quantum energy solutions?
So my journey was a long journey because it started when I was a teenager, and it took about 20 years for me to find an integrative way of healing. And I was having both issues with my mental health and with my physical health. Only they were related to some parts of me. They were in my unconscious and in my energetic field that I was not aware of. And even though I was going to seeing some alternative medicine practitioners, some stuff like, first I started with psychologists, but then I went on to Reiki practitioner or holistic massage or somatic work, trauma release, like all of these things that had to do with the body, breath work. All of these are modalities that we can use in energy psychology and also energy medicine. I've also experimented with acupuncture, experimented with specific techniques. I traveled to India to a specific doctor there who was doing osteopathic techniques to try to solve my digestive issues that were always there. Like it was really long journey. But all of the things I have to say, when I came to the energetic world or like the subtle energy work, I was not trusting it completely because I was not feeling that it was working. In my issues were not resolved. So with the insight I have now, I can see that maybe I had to go through all this journey because now I know a lot of modalities and now I can help people through a lot of different things. And I had to come to what finally helped me, which is this technique of quantum kinesiology that really brings order to all the energetic world that is just a mess. And when we use the alternative medicine and energetic technique, or even the allopathic, sometimes we need some allopathic remedies, but we use it through the order that is given by quantum kinesiology, which is basically a method to connect to the body of the person and get the answer with the right answer, then it works. So that was the main difference that I could find in myself. And this is why the work I do now is so powerful and so correct for the person. So it really has immediate effects.
Yeah, exactly. How does quantum kinesiology work and how does it help to resolve mental, emotional, and physical problems?
Yeah, so quantum kinesiology per se is a methodology of inquiry. So basically, I consider myself to be a translator of languages. So I start from the concept that our body has the answers, and we all know that, but it's just so difficult for us to conversate with our body. And many people are familiar with kinesiology, which is known in the world as muscle testing technique. So basically it's the body giving answers yes or no. But I've added the quantum first because not so many people know that actually more recent studies on kinesiology have found out that kinesiology responses are not from the muscle. They come from the muscle, but the muscles can read an energy that is coming in from the quantum field. So basically that means that I can use my own body to get answers, not only on my body, but on all reality, all truth, all people, everywhere, all conscious being. Like I can know everything. Just the body is just a tool. And I normally, when I'm in the session, I don't use my own body as a testimony. We use this word, but I also use other tools that can help me with having quicker answers. But basically, it's so great because it's really a way that the person, like the professional, like me, the facilitator, I define myself being a self-healing facilitator, because I really help people self-heal by following what they need, so people may be in need of homeopathy, or of, getting some teas, or in cutting out some foods from their diet, like maybe very easy stuff, but they just don't know until they don't inquire with their body. And so it's just a practical way that even remotely, even if we are online, can really help the person to see what's going on, and to follow a specific order to whatever needs to be resolved. So, for example, in my practice, when I apply this, I inquire about 8 different levels of energy blocks, and the first level is physical. Then there can be blocks at an emotional level. Then it can be energetic, which is different from emotional. Then it can be spiritual. Then it can be from ancestors. Then it can be from self-sabotage. Can be from past lives, or parallel lives, and can be about energy boundaries. So you see, there are a lot of different levels that needs to be addressed. And what I found in my own journey of healing is that even though I was getting some very well-meaning professionals to work with me, they were not helping me integratively, and they were not helping me to get to the final point of real healing and real balance, because they were not going into the order of what needed to be actually released. So having this order is what I found to be very, very effective, because first of all, the person does not get any backlash effect, because many times people don't talk about it, but I want to say it out loud. Many times when people do energetic things, like maybe they go to hypnotherapy or whatever, they go deep into the unconscious, and then they kind of cannot, they have backlash from that, like it's too hard on themselves. Maybe they're not ready to get to that information, or to heal that, or to integrate that. And so by conversing to the body instead of the person, and respecting what the energy of the body is asking to do, then we avoid that, and we gently push people in the right direction, and really help them getting out of their mess.
Mm-hmm. That's wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. And can you also share a specific technique that you have found effective in your practice?
Yeah, so I found many effective. Because I work mostly with people from all over the world, so I work mostly online. The techniques which I don't do myself, so normally recommend other professional, are maybe the techniques that have to do with the body, so something with massage, or something that has to do with with touching the body of the person. Okay, that I don't do myself. But as for myself, I can also, apart from seeing what the root cause is and having this general awareness about what's going on with the symptoms, I can use very well the emotional releases, which I can just do online, and it's good because it's easier said than done. It's easier done than said, actually. Like, it's easy to do, but again, I have this, since I'm connected to the energy field of the person when we work, I check when the emotion and when the release has been effective. So until we get to 0, we keep doing it. So it's that's a way, because normally we do things and we don't know, is it working, it's not working, maybe I have still some, maybe, and by checking this, we know what's happening. So we just this is a emotional release. It's a technique very easy. The client do, I guide them, and they just take out stuff from their body, from the chakra, from whatever they are, from their mind, and it's specific, and it's checked, and so it works. And also, I really love working with the flower therapies and essences, because many people don't know that those flower essences, they are working in a very subtle level, but the very subtle levels are actually the ones that inform all the rest. And so it's very powerful when you do it in a certain way, which is the way I've been instructed to do. And those also brings about very much changes in people's lives.
Wow, that's really inspiring. I have not heard about this kind of technique so far with other practitioners, so you're quite offering something very truly special in my view. And you also focus on helping sensitive people, right? To overcome obstacles in this, you said, value reversed world, right? So can you explain what you mean by this?
Yeah. So I help sensitive people because I'm highly sensitive myself, and all the issue I had in my life were due to the fact that I was highly sensitive and I was sensing stuff in my body that were not maybe mine in the first place, and also I did not have the resources myself to get them out of my system until I was not aware about what was going on. So I know that there are many people, since I've been through that, there are many people who are having chronic issues or syndromes or things that even medicine cannot diagnose, or cannot have, like weird symptoms that don't really have a name, but they mean something. And when we go into the quantum field, and we analyze that, then we realize, what's the meaning. So that's why I'm so close to highly sensitive, because those people, I mean, our people, my people like me, we are so many, and in this world it's value reversed, because the values for us are peace, health, well-being, being open, being based on love, being generous, envisioning new earth. These are the values that we bring here, because the sensitivity allows us to feel more connection. So we know that we don't have to waste any of the resources of the earth, for example. We just know it. It's not anybody needs to explain it to us. So we just feel it. And those people are the ones that are most put on the corner by the current system and the current world, and they are labeled normally as they have maybe chronic fatigue symptoms, so they cannot show up at work normally. But that's not because they have any problem. It's because this is a value reversed world, so they are asking to them to do things which are not in their nature. So all the pressure that this world really value pressure, value time, being things very fast and always showing up and always being accountable, and putting all the effort and all the value on the external success and stuff like that, which is not the same thing that we value. We value internal success. We value how we feel. We value to feel relaxed in our body. And it's not that easy, believe me, because the minute I walk out of the door, if I don't have the proper knowledge about my body and proper boundaries in place, I get to feel it all, and it's not pleasant because I get to feel all the mess that is going on in the world. So yeah, this is basically what I mean. The values which are actually the human values, the most human values, are not taken into account by most structures we can see now in society.
Yes, I feel you, because I'm also one of those kind of people. I feel a lot, and I can sense from a childhood, I sense that there was something truly not okay with how it all worked. And I even had this thought when I was a little kid that there was a monster who came here and decided that, okay, this is going to be like this, and you have to do this and that. And I was sure that monster existed. I didn't say that to anyone, to my parents, to my nobody. I was just sure, okay, there is this monster and he told us to do that, And when I grew up and I remembered, like, oh my God, from a child, like age 3, I just, learned how to speak. I knew exactly that something was truly not right here. So I really resonate with your message and with your healing method and what you are providing and offering for your clients. And
and the monster you talk about, of course I wouldn't say anything about it if I don't go into proper analysis, like conversating with your body first, you know. So, but it's just something that comes up to my mind that I want to share. It's just that, you know, if you were having that image, it's actually, there's meaning in there. There's meaning in there. And maybe that you defined as a monster when you were a kid, it looks like a monster now, but it's just all the egregora, we call them, you know, all the densest energies and thought forms that we have here on Earth that are governing somehow. They're trying to govern, you know, somehow how the energy flows, and we don't want that. We want to reverse the values. So first, we need to heal ourselves. We need to really understand how we can work and thrive as highly sensitive as well. Because this thing that I'm doing right now, I couldn't do it, you know, while I was in my mess, and I was always looked up as a weak one, even from my close family. You know, they were trying like to protect me, but I don't need your protection. And I found my strength, and I totally understood what the strength was, and I'm totally grateful that I can really serve in a light enfolded way.
Well, that was truly inspiring. Thank you for sharing all that, Sara. Really happy that we connected. And for everyone who is interested in energy psychology and energy medicine and a tool such as quantum kinesiology to find their obstacles, find their issues, you can all connect with Sara by hopping onto her store on Sisu. She offers free connecting call, and I will leave the link for it in the description of this video. So thank you once again, Sara. Nice seeing you, and I truly hope we will meet again.
Thank you, my pleasure. Bye.